was Lewis RITSON's latest victim. Now, of course, as we all know, Lewis RITSON will be headlining his own show here in Newcastle, of my home city, of course, on October the 13th at the Metro Radio Arena. And he'll be going for the European title against Patera. But for now, he wanted a fight where he can get a couple of rounds, just in case this Patera is tough and drags him into deep waters. Because as we know, Lewis RITSON in his last 3 fights, he's gone a total of 4 rounds with his last 3 opponents, because he's been stopping him in the first round or second round. So he really needs a couple of rounds to prepare for it. Now, I was a little bit nervous about Lewis taking this fight, not because I didn't think he'd beat him. Of course I knew he was going to beat him, but I was worried about maybe an injury happening or a cut or something like that that may postpone or maybe hamper his training getting ready for October 13th, as that isn't long away. You know, you're talking 4 weeks away. It's not long at all. So anyway, Lewis RITSON put on a wonderful, wonderful display. Now, I'm not sure if Lewis could have got him out there earlier than what he did. Maybe, but I think maybe he did have the mentality of going a couple of rounds. But you know what, as he says, in training and sparring, he's going the rounds, no problem. And as he said in the post-fight chat after the fight, he said that he could have done what he'd done there, all 12 rounds. That's what he could have done. So, you know what, I have no worries about him going in there and getting dragged into deep water. I'm a huge, huge fan of Lewis RITSON. You guys know that very well. Now, in this fight, he was using his jab a lot more than before. Now, this guy, he was trying to trade with Lewis RITSON at times, but then kind of like realised like real quickly that you don't do that with Lewis RITSON. When you trade with Lewis RITSON, you come off second best each and every time. And he kind of like realised that. He got himself on the back foot, and Lewis was just keeping him at bay with his jab. And whenever he got close, he would just unload a cluster of shots on him. And ultimately, it's the body shots that really paid. I mean, for me, Lewis RITSON, his jab and his body shots in this fight were what done this opponent of his in AMADOR. Now, AMADOR, he came into this fight with 10 wins and 7 defeats. But it only took Lewis RITSON 3 rounds with a vicious, vicious body shot. And it's almost like a bit of a delayed reaction, because AMADOR just backed off. It looked like he was going to get on his skates and start running, then just took a knee. And that was it. He just couldn't get up. So, yeah, Lewis RITSON drops him, and that's all she wrote. So on to the next. So congratulations to my fellow Geordie there in Lewis RITSON. I'll be catching up with him either next week or the week after, where I should be going to his gym for a nice little chat. So anyway, you drop your thoughts below about Lewis RITSON and his performance, and of course his upcoming fight on October the 13th here in Newcastle against Patera for the European title. You drop your thoughts below, click that thumbs up and subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.